Have you ever wondered if it's possible to defeat an enemy without resorting to violence? In a life full of challenges and conflicts, we often find ourselves drawn into endless battles. However, Stoic philosophy, with its wisdom and subtlety, offers us remarkable tools and approaches to overcome enemies without engaging in a tense confrontation. Imagine a life where you can face adversaries with calmness, intelligence, and compassion. In this video, we will explore 10 ways to defeat an enemy without fighting through the lens of Stoic philosophy. These methods not only help you outsmart your enemies, but also make you stronger and more serene in life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength does not lie in power or physical dominance, but in the ability to control emotions, wisdom, and tolerance. Join me on this journey to discover these profound and inspiring lessons. We will learn how understanding, wisdom, and patience can help us triumph without having to fight. Through each lesson, we will not only learn how to handle our enemies, but also uncover a better version of ourselves. Are you willing to accept the challenge and discover the true strength within you? Let's begin right now. This journey promises to bring you fresh and valuable insights, helping you live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Number 1. Understand your opponent deeply. Understanding your opponent deeply is not just about identifying their strengths and weaknesses, but also about comprehending their psychology and motives. This profound understanding helps us to avoid being caught off guard by their actions and to be better prepared for any situation. This can be compared to the story of Jesus Christ, who understood the hearts of his enemies and still preached about love and forgiveness, a manifestation of greatness and inner strength. When we truly understand the person we are facing, not just knowing about them, but understanding their motivations, pains, and vulnerabilities, we gain the power to transform hostility into understanding and peace. Imagine a person acting out of unresolved pain, deep insecurities they cannot express. Understanding the reasons behind their actions helps us not only to react wisely, but also to open our hearts, seeing the humanity in our very enemies. Have you ever wondered what would happen if we truly understood our opponents? Perhaps we would realize that they are also struggling with their own difficulties and pains, just like us. This understanding not only helps dissolve animosity, but also makes us spiritually stronger. How much better the world would be if we learned to view everyone through the lens of understanding and compassion. Remember, our greatest enemy may not be others, but rather ignorance and pride. When we break down these barriers, we find peace within ourselves and unity among humanity. Finally, ask yourself, how can I better understand my opponent to turn conflicts into opportunities for peace and personal growth? Deep understanding is not only the key to victory, but also the path to a life full of humanity and nobility. Number 2. Choose your battles wisely. In a life full of conflicts and challenges, have you ever wondered, are all battles worth fighting? Stoic philosophy teaches us that choosing our battles wisely is key to maintaining inner peace and achieving greater goals. To do this, we need to be alert and cautious, knowing when to fight and when to let go. Not all battles are worth our time and energy. Only engage in battles you know you can win. This reminds us that choosing our battles should be based on careful consideration and understanding of ourselves and our opponents. Sometimes retreating or conceding is not a sign of weakness, but a display of intelligence and patience. Let's look at the life of Jesus Christ to better understand this principle. When he was arrested and faced with torture, Jesus did not resist with violence. He chose to remain silent, endure patiently, and forgive those who harmed him. Through this action, Jesus not only maintained his inner serenity, but also conveyed a powerful message of love and forgiveness. He chose his battle, not a physical fight with his enemies, but a spiritual battle to save humanity. Choosing battles wisely not only helps us conserve energy, but also allows us to focus on more important goals. Don't let meaningless conflicts overshadow your greater purpose. Learn to recognize which battles are worth fighting and which ones to avoid. Remember, not every battle is worth fighting. Choose your battles wisely to protect your precious energy and time while maintaining inner peace. Intelligence in choosing battles is a sign of true strength and wisdom. We are curious to know, how many times have you engaged in unnecessary arguments only to realize you were wasting your precious energy and time? Your story will inspire and prompt us to reflect and learn together. Leave a comment below and join the conversation. Number 3. Communicate with calm and clarity. Have you ever felt that your words become meaningless when your heart is full of emotions? In Stoic philosophy, communicating with calmness and clarity is an essential skill. We do not only exchange information, but also convey emotions and thoughts. When we communicate calmly and clearly, we create an environment for mutual understanding and respect. When faced with conflict, we often get caught up in a whirlwind of emotions, causing our words to become misdirected and ineffective. But if we remain calm, we can handle the situation more intelligently and effectively. Take, for example, the life of Mahatma Gandhi. In the most stressful situations, Gandhi always maintained his calm, and his words were always clear. When confronted by enemies trying to trap and challenge him, Gandhi never let his emotions control him. He always used calm and insightful words to persuade and reconcile. It was through this manner of communication that he led India's struggle for independence peacefully and effectively. Have you ever wondered why calm communication is so important? When we are calm, we can listen sincerely and respond intelligently. This not only helps resolve conflicts, but also builds trust and respect from others. Clear communication helps avoid unnecessary misunderstandings and fosters mutual understanding. In daily life, communicating with calmness and clarity not only helps us build good relationships, but also helps solve problems more effectively. Learn to control your emotions and focus on delivering your message coherently. This requires patience and self-discipline, but the results will be well worth it. So, can we find common ground with our enemies? This may sound a bit crazy, but in reality, it doesn't just mean supporting each other. It can also mean agreeing and moving forward together. Consensus and cooperation not only help resolve conflicts, but also bring harmony and prosperity. Number 4. Seek the shared path. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, reminded us that in all relationships, seeking common ground and mutual understanding is essential. Sometimes we just need to open our hearts and listen to see that even our greatest enemies might share values and goals with us. A real-world example in modern life is peace negotiations between nations. When leaders can sit down together, put aside personal animosities, and focus on common interests, they can achieve significant agreements that bring peace and prosperity to their people. Have you ever thought that, in your daily conflicts, you might find common ground with your counterpart? It could be a shared value, a common goal, or even just the desire for a peaceful life. Seeking common ground requires us to control our emotions and open our hearts to others' perspectives. When we truly strive to understand and find common ground, we can turn conflicts into opportunities for learning and growth. Finding common ground is not just a strategy for resolving conflicts. It is a way to live a meaningful and peaceful life. Let compassion and understanding guide us so that we can build lasting relationships and create a better world for everyone. Join the conversation in our comment section. How can we find common ground with others to resolve conflicts and build good relationships? Leave your comments below and join the discussion. Have you ever wondered how to influence others without imposing your will on them? A profound principle in Stoic philosophy is to appeal to their internal values. This reminds us that true power lies in understanding and tapping into the intrinsic values of each individual. Number 5. Appeal to their inner values. In daily life, there are many situations where we can apply this principle. Take, for example, the life of Abraham Lincoln, a man who was not just a president, but also a leader with deep philosophical insights. When faced with the Civil War, Lincoln did not merely issue commands or impose his will. Instead, he appealed to the inner values of the people, emphasizing patriotism, unity, and fairness. He said, "We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies." Similarly, Jesus Christ used this approach when communicating with others. He did not just teach with rigid rules, but appealed to the compassion, love, and forgiveness within each person. When addressing the crowd, he said, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." By appealing to the noble values within, he inspired change from within their hearts. Have you ever wondered why appealing to internal values is so effective? When we call upon the good qualities already present in each person, we not only show respect for them, but also encourage them to act according to those values. This not only creates positive change, but also builds relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Appealing to internal values is a subtle and profound art. It helps us influence others positively and build sustainable and meaningful relationships. Let respect and wisdom guide us, so we can see the good qualities in each person and awaken them, bringing peace and understanding into our lives. Before moving on to lesson number 6, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to you for accompanying us on this journey halfway through the video. Every moment presents an opportunity for learning and growth, and your presence here, listening and reflecting with us, is a great gift that I cherish every minute. To help us spread these valuable lessons to more people, please like and share this video. Each share is a small action, but carries deep meaning, much like the lessons that Stoicism brings. And don't forget, lesson number 6 is waiting for you in the next section. Let's explore and embrace these timeless pieces of advice together. Once again, thank you for your dedication. Number 6. Employ humor effectively in resolving conflicts. Have you ever thought, that humor could be a powerful tool for resolving conflicts? In Stoic philosophy, using humor not only helps to ease tension, but also creates a more friendly environment for dialogue and understanding. In everyday life, we can also see the power of humor. Have you ever encountered tense situations at work where everyone feels pressured? Try using a funny story or a humorous remark to lighten the atmosphere. For example, in a stressful meeting about handling overdue projects, a leader might say, "I feel like we're running a marathon and didn't realize when we started." This not only brings laughter, but also helps everyone perceive the situation more lightly, creating a positive environment for discussing solutions. Have you ever wondered why humor is effective in resolving conflicts? When we laugh, we are often more able to view problems from a different perspective, de-escalate the seriousness of the situation, and create an opportunity for understanding and reconciliation. Humor helps break the ice, melts barriers, and opens the door for sincere conversations. When we use humor to face conflicts, we change our own mindset and that of others, transforming tension into an opportunity for bonding and mutual understanding. So, let humor become a part of our life's toolkit. It not only helps resolve conflicts effectively, but also makes life lighter and more enjoyable. Use humor to spread joy, break tension, and build good relationships. Next, let's move on to secret number 7 in our journey of discovering and conquering our best capabilities. But before that, I have a question for you. How can we influence others without imposing our will on them? This question invites us to discuss secret number 7, setting boundaries. Number 7, establish boundaries. In Stoic philosophy, setting boundaries is a fundamental principle that helps us live a balanced and serene life. Establishing boundaries is not only about protecting ourselves from negative influences, but also about maintaining respect and love in our relationships. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "We cannot control others, but we can control how we react to them." This quote reminds us of the importance of setting personal boundaries. When we are clear about our limits and steadfast in maintaining them, we can preserve peace and freedom within our hearts. Take, for example, the life of Jesus Christ. When the Pharisees tried to trap and challenge him, Jesus always held his ground and did not let them overwhelm him. On one occasion, when they brought a woman caught in adultery to test him, Jesus said, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." By setting clear boundaries, Jesus not only protected himself, but also taught his challengers a lesson in compassion and forgiveness. Have you ever wondered why setting boundaries is so important? When we do not establish boundaries, we are easily drawn into unnecessary conflicts and stress. Boundaries help us define what we accept and do not accept, thereby maintaining respect from others and for ourselves. Setting boundaries is about creating a peaceful place, a space where we can quietly reflect and protect our values. In daily life, setting boundaries can help us maintain a balance between work and personal life. Imagine you are a diligent employee, but work begins to consume all your time and energy, affecting your family and health. By setting clear boundaries for work and rest, you can ensure that you do not burn out and still maintain good relationships with your family. Join the conversation in our comment section. Are you ready to set boundaries to protect yourself and maintain balance in your life? If you're ready, leave a comment saying "Set boundaries" to show your determination to change. Don't be afraid or feel guilty when you need to say no. This not only helps you live a full and meaningful life, but also helps you build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Number 8. Master the art of compromise. Compromise is a necessary art in life. In Stoic philosophy, compromise is not a sign of weakness, but an expression of wisdom and compassion. When we understand that reconciliation and cooperation can bring greater benefits to everyone, we will truly master the art of compromise. Let's take an example from the life of Jesus. In his life and teachings, Jesus always sought compromise to bring peace and understanding between people. When faced with enemies and those who did not understand him, he never responded with violence or rigidity. Instead, he always sought to reconcile and create understanding. One of the most prominent stories is that when the religious leaders asked him about paying taxes to Caesar, Jesus cleverly compromised by saying, "Render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God Lord what belongs to God." In this way, he avoided conflict and at the same time conveyed his message. Have you ever wondered how to compromise while still maintaining your values and principles? There is a saying, "Live with sincerity and fairness." Compromise when possible, but never betray your core values. This reminds us that compromise does not mean giving up our values, but rather finding a middle path where both sides feel respected and in agreement. In everyday life, compromise is an indispensable part of maintaining a good relationship. Imagine you and a colleague are arguing about how to execute a project. If both are rigid and unyielding, the result will be conflict, and the project will not move forward. But if you listen and understand each other's perspectives, find common ground, and come up with solutions that you can both accept, not only will the project move forward, but the relationship between you will also be strengthened. Mastering the art of compromise is a sign of maturity and wisdom. It helps us build and maintain relationships based on respect and cooperation. So let's learn to compromise without losing ourselves, so that our lives become more peaceful and fulfilling. Have you ever wondered why so many people feel embarrassed about asking for help? That's because we often think that relying on others is a sign of weakness. However, Stoic philosophy taught, there is no disgrace in not knowing, there is only disgrace in not learning. Seeking help is not an admission of weakness, but a courageous step to learn and grow. Number 9. Seek external aid without shame. In Stoic philosophy, seeking help from others is not only an act of wisdom, but also a demonstration of humility and self-awareness. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, reminded us that humans cannot exist and thrive without the support and cooperation of those around them. Jesus Christ also clearly demonstrated the necessity of seeking help. Throughout his teaching journey, he always had his disciples by his side to support and share the burden. When Jesus was suffering on the road to Golgotha, he fell, and a man named Simon helped him carry the cross. This act was not just physical assistance, but also a symbol of sharing and compassion. Jesus did not reject help because he understood that true strength lies not in doing everything alone, but in the ability to accept and appreciate help from others. Look at our daily lives. When you face a difficult problem at work or in life, do you have the courage to seek help? Imagine you are a business owner struggling with financial management. Instead of facing it alone and risking failure, you could seek advice and support from a financial expert. This not only helps you overcome the difficulty, but also opens up new opportunities for learning and growth. Seeking help from others is a sign of wisdom and humility. It allows us to leverage the resources and knowledge of those around us, helping us grow and develop comprehensively. Remember, no one is perfect, and no one can do everything alone. Seeking help not only helps us overcome difficulties, but also builds lasting relationships based on mutual respect and support. So, don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it, for it is one of the keys to living a full and meaningful life. Have you ever felt deeply hurt by someone's actions and wondered if you could forgive them? In Stoic philosophy, forgiveness is not only a noble act, but also a means to free the soul from negative emotions. Forgiveness is how we master our minds, transforming pain into peace and compassion. Number 10. Forgiveness. But why is forgiveness so important? When we hold on to resentment and bitterness, our souls are imprisoned in suffering and anguish. Forgiveness helps us change our reactions, freeing ourselves from the burden of negative emotions and opening the path to inner peace. In daily life, forgiveness can bring about profound and unexpected impacts. Imagine being betrayed by a close friend. Your heart is filled with pain and resentment, a feeling like a knife cutting deep into your heart. But instead of letting hatred take over your mind and imprison you in a spiral of pain, try putting yourself in their shoes, understanding the reasons and circumstances that led them to act that way. Perhaps they are also suffering, lost, or under pressures you were unaware of. When you choose to forgive, not only do you free yourself, but your relationship also has the chance to heal and grow stronger. Forgiveness opens the door to empathy, understanding, and love. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or condoning wrongful actions. Instead, it is recognizing that everyone can make mistakes, and we have the strength to overcome that pain. When we forgive, we demonstrate our strength and compassion. Forgiveness is the act of the courageous, those who choose nobility over revenge. So, learn to forgive, to free your soul, and live a more serene life. Forgiveness brings peace not only to you, but also spreads love and compassion to those around you. It is a challenging but meaningful journey that helps us become noble and loving individuals. Forgiveness is the art of turning pain into understanding, transforming hatred into compassion, and turning wounds into marks of strength. Let forgiveness guide us to a more beautiful and meaningful life. In life, we cannot avoid conflicts and enemies, but through Stoic philosophy, we learn how to face these challenges with wisdom and compassion. 10 ways to defeat your enemy without fighting are not just methods for victory, but valuable lessons in understanding, tolerance, and inner strength. Remember, true strength does not lie in the ability to overpower or win battles, but in the ability to turn enemies into friends, transform conflicts into peace, and find serenity within. Focus on kindness, wisdom, and peace, so that you can live a life that is not only fulfilling, but also spreads high values to everyone around. Finally, let the principles of Stoicism guide you, helping you face all difficulties and challenges with a steadfast soul and an open heart. By applying these ways, you will not only defeat enemies, but also build a life worth living, full of meaning and love. Let us walk this path together to create a better world where understanding and compassion prevail. If you liked the video, please comment 1 to let us know, and if you didn't, comment 0 so we can promptly improve the content to make it better and more quality. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to spread this philosophy to everyone. Keep watching other Stoic lessons displayed at the end of this video. Together, we can make the world a better place.